What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to North Lake Survivors. I'm John.
I'm Zelda.
Alright, so this episode we're going to be talking about Squid Game. Was it Squid Game The Challenge?
The Squid Game, The Challenge.
Okay.
So good, you gotta watch it.
Before we get to that, you didn't rewatch the original, but you've still seen it, right?
I've seen it, yeah. I was gonna rewatch the original, it just got busy, but I'll probably rewatch it because it's pretty good. The challenge and was so good, so now I want to rewatch the first one.
So, yes, let's the challenge. I'm just like, there were parts in that show where I was like, did you guys not rewatch Squid Game before?
Yeah.
Like, if you were gonna go on this show, wouldn't you want to rewatch the original show?
Or at least practice. Some people, you can tell they practice. But some people,
but some people, I'm just like, what the hell's wrong with you? Okay, so if you don't know, Squid Game is a South Korean show from obviously South Korea, but it was on Netflix. So it was a Netflix original, right?
Yeah.
And it's about poor people who play this game for a lot of money to get out of debt, and they don't realize until the first game itself that if you lose, you die.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty hardcore game.
It's hard.
So if let's say you're really in debt, and they're like, hey, do you want to play this game for a lot of money? And you're like, alright. And then the first game, a bunch of people die.
Yeah, that's really messed up. I'll be like, oh man, what did I sign up for?
And then they give you a vote. Would you vote to go home, or would you vote to keep playing?
I'd vote to go home.
Okay.
Your life is better than money, in my opinion.
And then, would you come back?
No.
Because on the show, I don't know if you remember, but all but 14 people came back.
Dang.
14 people were like, yeah, I'm good. But everybody else came back.
I guess unless if their life sucked that bad.
I think most of them were in debt to loan sharks that were beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, then probably it was worth coming back because you're like, well, I'm probably going to die in the streets. I might as well die here. I don't know.
So the challenge you liked. I loved it. I loved it. Our friend Ashley, her boss was disappointed that people. The way she made it, she was like, well, the deaths just look so fake. Why did they do it like on the show? It's like, on the show, they really killed the people.
Yeah.
At any point when watching this, were you expecting people to really die?
The deaths look so... Maybe he expected them to act better. Maybe when they were getting shot, he was like, oh, they should have just...
Maybe, but my argument is you just lost like $4.5 million.
Some people, like, they were really, like, they played along. Some people were just like, oh, and they got really emotional. Because, yeah, that's...
$4.5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. The best day of my life is not the day I lose $4.5 million.
How would you act if you were on that show and you got shot? Would you like act like you're dead,
like Sam?
Or would you be like?
Remember when Sam got out? Isn't his name Sam? Tall dude, beard, made it to the final three.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
When he lost, he just walked out. Everyone was like, I'm so sorry. He didn't even look at anybody. He didn't say anything. He was just like, fuck this, I'm going home.
Yeah, because it was between him and Phil to go second.
Yeah.
And then they were like, do you want to go? And I'm like, not really. And they're like, do you want to go? Not really. And then
so I would probably act like that. How would you act?
Yeah, I would act like that too, because it was like if the other person had went, they would have lost, or they would have won, and he would have probably. You'd think if Phil got which one is
Phil would have took him.
Yeah. If it was green, he would have chosen him.
Well, yeah. Let's start at the beginning and then get there, because I definitely want to talk about the last couple episodes, which was insane. The release schedule was nonsense. They put out 5 episodes, then you wait a week, they put out 4 more, and then you wait another week and they put out the last episode. It's like you're Netflix. Your whole stick is putting everything out at once.
Yeah, put it out once. We can just watch it. I don't like waiting.
You're not Disney Plus.
But yeah. That one was annoying.
Speaking of Disney, do you have Disney Plus?
Disney... What's the difference between Disney and Disney Plus?
It's just called Disney Plus.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I have Disney.
So I just renewed Disney Plus and Hulu, and then like the day after I just paid both of those, I realized that they now just put Hulu on Disney Plus. There's a tab on Disney Plus. That's just all the shows for Hulu. What? And I'm like, why did I just repay for Hulu? So I finally canceled Hulu.
That.
Yeah, they could have told us that. But okay, so the beginning, the first episode.
Red light, green light.
It's like on the actual show, it starts before red light, green light, but this one just started at red light, green light, right?
Yeah, because it shows them getting it shows the beginning where they get the little card, where they get on the bus, but it doesn't show their face or anything.
But it also doesn't show them in the dorm room ahead of time. Like on the original show, they were in the dorm room first. This one is just immediately red light, green light.
Yeah, immediately.
And if I remember correctly, you do meet some characters. You meet Lorenzo, and he was talking to my favorite character, right? 432, and then he was talking to the Asian dude. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name either, but he was talking smack.
It just like the first thing out of the gate is like, well, I think I'm gonna do pretty good. I work out and you work out. I don't know if you work out. I'm just like,
I was just like, what?
You can't. Like that's so fucked up.
I was like, okay. Some drama here.
Just right out the gate, like, yo, you need to hit the gym.
And I don't think I would be talking like that because at the very beginning, you kind of you don't want to be like a dick because then you have like, I feel like you have a target on your back now. Like,
if I was an Asian dude, when we were running, if he was in front of me at red light, green light, I'd be like, push him down.
Yeah, and then the red light, green light, I don't think I ever saw people like go behind people.
No,
like
no one did that like they did on the show.
Yeah.
No.
And just like stand.
But I would have pushed him straight over.
Oh yeah. If it worked like that, I would have tried to sabotage
that.
That
Was so shady. Like unnecessarily shady.
Yes.
Oh my god. And then you meet the best friends.
Which best friends?
There were two guys, and then like, we're best friends, and we're real competitive, and we're gonna do this. And then one of the best friends got out like the second red light, green light. The other friend lasted a while. I can't remember who he was, but he lasted a while. And then you also meet the mother and the son.
I love them. They're a good duo.
I like the mother.
Yeah, the son was a little
whiny.
Yeah.
So damn whiny.
The mother was so competitive. I loved her. I think she would have made it to the end. Like, I think she would have been like one of the top.
She was good. I really liked her. And then you see this girl, like, they pause and she squats and she's like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on, just suck it up for a few more minutes.
I know.
But then I've read in things afterwards that game took hours.
Yeah, I heard that it took hours, and then afterwards I was like, okay, maybe...
That's why she's like, I can't do this anymore.
We shouldn't judge her for not being able to squat for such and such time.
Well, because it looked like you were paused for like a minute or two, and it's like, I know it's probably uncomfortable, but come on.
We don't see the behind the scenes, like how long they were.
But then it also makes me think, like, if they were doing that game for hours, and it's supposedly a 5-minute game, were they just doing it over and over again? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I'm confused. But isn't there? I think there was another. Isn't they? Do they not show the behind the scenes like screen?
I haven't seen that. Have you seen that?
I saw it. I think it's up, but I haven't saw it. But I think I saw that there's like an episode up. Like
I just don't understand why it would take hours.
I don't either. But that's what I was seeing. I was watching all the TikToks of all these players, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this took hours, so don't judge us. Don't judge the girl for not being able to squat for a few seconds that it looked like."
But
because it took hours.
Yeah, because she just sat down. She was like,
yeah,
"Fuck it, I'm done."
I was like, "Why? That's like $4 million you're losing."
But if it took hours, that makes sense. I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Red light, green light, if I were to be on the show, would be the game that scares me the most.
Yeah, because you cannot move an inch.
And you know the second you stop, your nose is going to just start itching.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
And like on the real show, it was so many people who just couldn't stop fast enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's going to be me.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like it sucks for those who lose at the very first round.
But you notice it's always the one that loses the most. Like, most people lose in red light, green light. It's the hardest game.
It is.
But it was good. We meet some people. And then we get into the door, and right away, people break into cliques, and you have this jock clique, which normally I would hate all of them, but for some reason, 432 was my favorite character on this show.
A lot of people thought he was annoying.
Oh, I talked to Ashley about it. She was like, that's your favorite? I hated him. But I was like, no, you don't understand it.
He sounded very narcissistic. He sounded full of himself.
I don't know why. I just really wanted him to win. I liked him. He just seemed like he was having fun.
Yeah. But then whenever the mom kind of talked to him, pulled him aside, then I was like, oh, he's not such a bad guy.
I don't know. I liked him before that.
It was only till the mom talked to him, I was like, all right.
Oh no, I liked him before that. When that's what made me like the mom. When she did that, I was like, finally, someone's giving him a chance. This guy is misunderstood.
I really liked him after the mom talked to him, because then I understood. I was like, yeah, I guess he is misunderstood.
Oh, I don't know why. Because normally he's the type of person who I would hate.
Yeah.
But I really liked him. I was like, he seems like a generally good guy. He seems sweet, but he comes off as like braggadocious. But I don't think he really is. I think he's a good dude.
Yeah. And apparently the mom.
What are you doing, sir? Goliath just headbutted the top of his cage.
Oh my God. I think he wants to escape.
Hold on. Do you want out, baby? You went on the wrong side, buddy. But yeah, he just headbutted. I don't know why he did that. But I think he was just misunderstood. I think he was a generally good dude.
Yeah, I agree. Like, well, for me, it was until the mom talked to him that I was like, okay.
That scene, he just seemed so sad.
Yeah, because he was all by himself, and I was like, aw, that's sad.
He did threaten the one guy. That wasn't necessary.
Oh, who did he threaten again?
Was it the Indian dude? Like, he just was like, man, if we weren't in that, it's like, I'm not gonna beat your ass, but say my frat boy again.
Yeah, I remember that. He said, say that word again, I will. And he said it to instigate. He said it again. He's called him a frat boy again, even after he told him I would beat you
I think that's when I started to like him, because I was just like, oh, he's playing with them. He's just trying to have fun.
Oh my God.
Like, he's playing into the stereotype, but he's saying it with a smile and a wink, and
oh my gosh.
That was when I liked him, because I was like, oh,
yeah.
He's playing a character. That's not who he is. That's who he's playing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's his strategy. I was like, I like that. I was like, he has a strategy. He's the only one in this game that has a strategy. Because the mother and son and the best friends were like, hey everyone, my best friend was on the show, but he got eliminated. Hey, we're mother and son.
Yeah, that's their strategy.
And I was just like, they are fucking stupid. If me and you got on the show, I wouldn't tell a soul that I knew you.
Oh yeah, that's because you don't want people to like break you apart.
No.
Because you're gonna be target. They're like, I gotta break this clique up.
I would not tell a soul. We'd be complete strangers.
Yeah.
Because people want alliances, and if you go in there knowing somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, they're friends of the real world.
I know.
You don't do that. That's what just drove me crazy. I'm just like, these people are morons. So the next game was the Honeycomb.
Yeah. Was it called Dalgona? Is that called Dalgona?
Maybe.
Oh.
Well, before that, they had the first test. So this game had tests.
Oh, was it the one where they had to eliminate someone?
Yeah. So the I was gonna
remember.
say redneck, but I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then the criminal degree lady went to go cut carrots.
Yeah.
And then they asked him. And it looked like the redneck was like, well, do we help somebody? And she was like, no, we eliminate them. How did you feel about that?
I was kind of 50-50 because, you know, it's a game, but also, like, do they tell you who's eliminated?
They got to pick. They got to pick to help someone or pick to eliminate someone.
Yeah. Looking back, I think I would help someone because I think it's messed up I think it's messed up to be eliminated that way.
To be fair, she's saying this now. When I first watched it, I texted her that.
Yeah.
Her response was, "Of course, I would eliminate somebody."
Yeah. Whenever I was watching, I was like,
and then I made her feel guilty.
I was like, of course, I would eliminate someone because it's a game and you want to be the last person standing. But then I was like, you know what? That's kind of messed up to be eliminated for no reason.
It's so underhanded.
Yeah, because it's like you don't have a reason to be eliminated.
At least in the future ones, the people did it to their face.
Yeah.
This one was behind their back.
Yeah.
It was so shady.
Because I feel like you should have like an equal chance to win instead of just being like randomly.
They should have helped 4-3-2.
Okay. I don't know about that.
No, real talk. The redneck dude, he had a mohawk, not mohawk is that mullet alliance with the other guy. He should have been like, hey, why don't we help that guy with the mullet? I like his hair. He could have helped his friend. But no, they like, let's throw out 200 because he's nice to everybody.
That's so mean.
200 was nice to everybody. And they were like, fuck that dude. He's friendly. Who does that?
people who are just, they're heartless.
All I cared about on the next game was the two of them getting eliminated, and they both did.
Yeah, that was karma. And
Oh,
she even said it
so
too.
karma.
She said, "This is what I get for eliminating 200."
It was shady.
Yeah. I was like, "Yep, that's karma for you."
So then the honeycomb comes, and they take the first 4 people, and they're like, "You pick for your entire row." And the dude who was supposed to get so they raced, right? Were they the ones that raced, or was the next one that raced? It was the next one that raced.
I don't know how they
can't
voted
remember.
for the first. I think they voted for the first one.
I think they voted for the first one, and he was like, "I'm not doing it."
Yeah, there were 2 people.
No, they did race, and he was
Okay.
just like, "No, the second one raced." I'm so confused now.
Yeah,
It's been
I don't
so long.
remember.
But no, yeah, they raced, and he wanted it, and they said no, and the dude was just like, "I'm not doing it."
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it, I'm not doing the umbrella.
Like, they'd rather be eliminated than...
I'll give him, he might not have known. It was stupid not to know, but he might not have known.
Probably, yeah.
So all 4 of them got eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next group went.
Mm-hmm.
And then, again, the guy was just like, no.
No.
No. And it's just like, dude, you now know you're going to get eliminated.
You're gonna get eliminated.
And he was like, I'll get us all eliminated. And nobody was like, fuck it, I'll take the bullet.
Yeah.
And they all got eliminated again.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, at a certain point, isn't it worth
Trying
and losing than just giving up?
Yeah, I'm like, why didn't you guys just try? Because you're just going out for no reason, for not trying.
I was so just like, you guys are pathetic.
Yeah, if I was like in there, I would have been like, okay, I just pick it so we don't get eliminated. Like,
it's just like
what's the worst that could happen?
You lose, but you're gonna lose anyways.
Yeah.
At least if you take it, you have a chance to try. It was.
But I guess also because when they pick the umbrella, their whole team gets it, and then they will be hated. But at the same time, it's like you still gotta try.
They'll be hated by everybody who was the next person in line who was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to do that same thing now."
Yeah.
So then the next one comes up, and 4-3-2 was one of the ones they had to pick, and I was worried. I was like, "No, no 4-3." You know when I loved him was when he said, I have the best number, 432, and I'm the one. And I was like, oh
my god.
That right there.
Straight narcissism.
That right there. I would say that.
I don't know why you like him.
I would say that.
He's not a bad person, but he's full of himself.
I don't know. It was that line. It was that line exactly that I was like, oh, that's genius. I love that. That's me. I would say that.
Too, and I'm the one.
It's so arrogant.
Yes, it is.
But also funny. And I'm like, yes, thank you.
I don't remember that part.
Give him all the money. Give him all. He deserves every dime.
Oh my god.
For that line alone.
But didn't he had to pick, and then he told the other guy. He manipulated the other guy.
He did, which I was also like, yes.
That was kind of messed up.
But it wasn't though, because at the time he didn't know.
Yeah.
He was like, look, let me help me, and then I'll help you.
And the guy was like, will you spit on my cookie?
To be fair, so the dude who got umbrella this time made a big ass speech about helping each other. So my guy didn't go out of his way to be like,
yeah, because
I'll help you.
He thought he could help.
He did, and the guy asked for help, and he said, of course I'll help you.
Yeah.
And I honestly think he would have.
He would have.
Until they then said, y'all can't help each other.
Yeah. Then they were like, oh shit, we're screwed.
But that dude who finally took the umbrella was the most annoying character on that show.
Oh, he was. I didn't like his annoying.
Cried so much, was
gagging.
Constantly like on the verge of vomiting.
Which grossed me out. I was like, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't look at him.
I'm just like, stop. What are you doing?
I couldn't look at him. He kept gagging. I was like, please don't throw up. Because I'm going to throw up. Please don't do it.
It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, I was kind of happy he got
Oh,
eliminated.
I was so glad.
I was like, okay, great. We don't have to listen to that again.
I cannot handle 4 more games.
No. No. I was like, what is this? Why?
Why is that your defense mechanism? People are mad.
I get the game is stressful, but come on.
No one else was doing that. There was 456 other people. No one else did that. That was just him.
Oh my god.
It was so gross.
It was.
Oh, but here's my thing. If I was going on Squid Game, I said red light, green light I think is the hardest. Because I do. But I also know, okay, that umbrella's gonna be a pain.
Yeah.
I would spend, from the time I got cast to the time I go, practicing the umbrella. I wouldn't want the umbrella still. I would try to take one of the others, but I know if I could do the umbrella, I could do any of those.
Yeah.
I would practice the hell out of getting that umbrella right.
Some cookies and practice.
I don't think anybody practiced.
Maybe a few.
They all were just like, on the show, they licked it.
Yeah. But that's how they did on the original show. They licked it, right?
They did.
Yeah.
Except for the gangster dude and the one girl. They used a
the
lighter.
Who cheated.
That was smart.
Could they have done that?
On this show?
Yeah.
No.
Because I don't think they would have had.
You would have gotten eliminated.
Yeah.
But I would have practiced like crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the sense anyone practiced. You definitely didn't hear anyone go, I practice a lot at home.
No.
And I'm just like, dude, it's $4.5 million. Practice.
Yeah. It's like you see these.
What are you doing with your life?
Before.
It was very frustrating.
Yeah.
So then after that, what was next?
Then
it was at the phone?
I think it was the phone.
So then they got a phone in there, and the dude who 432 bullied kept trying to answer the phone. The first time, he got a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Was it a cheeseburger? Yeah, he got a cheeseburger. It was 2 cheeseburgers and fries, and everyone just came and took his food.
Some girl took a whole burger off of him.
Oh, before the game though, Lorenzo stole other people's foods.
Did he?
Yeah. So before we get to that food, after the first game, everyone got fed. Lorenzo went, hid his food, went back, got seconds, ate both, and then went to different groups and was kind of like, I'm still hungry.
Oh
and
my god.
got people to give him their food. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that. Oh my god.
Lorenzo ate like a king.
Jeez.
Okay, so the burger, and everyone, like some girl just came and took a whole burger for herself.
Burger.
I was like, good for her.
Like, wow.
And then he tried to answer it again. And everyone was like, what the fuck is he doing? Because he was like, I want to eliminate 432.
Yeah, and he was planned. That was his plan, was to get 432 eliminated. That was.
And so he got it, and they're like, you have 2 minutes to get someone else to answer the phone, and they'll be eliminated. Otherwise, you're eliminated. So he kept telling people it was free food, and some people were going for it. And one dude was about to grab it, and 432 jumps off the bed and goes, don't. He's lying to you.
Yeah.
Don't take the phone. And then 432 spent the rest of the time convincing everybody else not to. How do you not love him?
That part I was like, oh my god.
He saved everybody else in there.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
God. That was karma, because he tried to get him eliminated, then he ended up getting eliminated. But I'm like, why would you answer the phone twice?
Because he thought it would be, who do you want to eliminate? He didn't think he would be in danger.
I wouldn't have answered. Would you have answered the phone?
No, not even once.
No.
The guy who I thought played the game the best was the Viking. I think his name was like Chad or whatever, the bigger dude with the beard.
Yeah.
He played the game the best, which is he's a strong player. He won a lot of challenges. He did really good. But when they were in the room, he was just on his bed sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, I'm not.
He woke up and he's like, what happened?
Yeah. He's like, I'm not fucking with any of these people. I'm not getting in anyone's way. I'm not making any alliances. I'm going to be in my bunk. And I was like, that man right there is smarter than all of them.
That was smart.
And he went pretty damn far. And he eliminated himself on accident. So he could have won playing his strategy the way he played it.
How did he eliminate himself?
We'll get there.
Okay,
we'll get there. But he played it the best, I think. Honest, real talk, 100% he played it the best.
Yeah, I remember that. He was sleeping all the time.
Because 432 made so many enemies.
He did.
So many enemies. And I'm like, he's the best out of all of you. So then after the phone, it was supposed to be tug of war, right?
Yeah, they thought it was going to be tug of war, so they had to end up picking groups.
Yeah. And so they split up by strength and all that.
Yeah.
And instead of tug of war, it turned out to be battleships.
Yeah.
And
they were like, oh shit.
The first group up was 432.
Yeah. And then they had to pick a captain.
They had to pick a captain. And I believe the captain of his team was that TJ?
Ooh.
Or was it the girls?
I feel like
it was the girls.
It was the girls.
It was the girls. TJ won.
Yeah.
That came later. Because as the show progresses, new characters become important. Like, there are characters in the first couple episodes who are very important.
One of the girls said, oh, I know how to play Battleship.
Yeah. And they did a horrible job. 432 was losing his mind, like, stop losing for me! And it came down to neck and neck. They both had one ship eliminated, and then 432 ship, and then one other ship was there, and it was like, who's gonna go? And for a moment, I was like, 432 got this, he's gonna start, but he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was his captain, and his captain kept making stupid choices. And they ended up losing. Yeah. So he went home, and the captain went home.
Yeah.
And
their going out was so sad because he and the other guy were just like holding their hands, and then he was like, "This is beautiful. I'm gonna tell my kids about this." And I was like, "Oh, that's a touching moment."
432 is the best character on the show.
Oh, like,
432 should have won, and it's a travesty that he didn't.
Okay.
It's a travesty. I'm sorry. You don't think it's a travesty?
It's sad.
It's a crime against humanity.
He wasn't my favorite character.
It's a war crime. 432 did not win this show.
Okay.
Nobody else deserved it as much as he did.
Okay. I don't know about travesty.
Travesty.
Okay.
Well, what would you use?
I would say it was it was a sad moment.
It's a crime against humanity.
Because that moment when he went down, when he was holding the other guy's hand, that was a really touching moment. Because he was just talking about how great
it was sadder than anything that happened on the original Squid Games.
It was actually really slow. I'm not going to go that far. Because there's a lot of sad moments on the Squid Game.
More tears were shed in that moment than when people watched the Titanic. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the real Titanic.
Oh my god, I wouldn't go that far.
I was devastated. I almost stopped watching the show. I was very upset.
I was sad. I was like, man, he really got eliminated? Because I thought he was going to go far. Because he was a strong character. I thought he was going to go further.
I thought he was going to win. I put all my money on him.
I really thought he would have gone further. But yeah.
And because really at this point, the only main characters was him, Lorenzo, and then the mother and son.
Mother and son, yeah. Those
they were the only real main characters by this point.
Because everyone else were kind of in the background still.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of like, and that's the way to play. Stay in the background, and then you can get further.
Yes.
Further and further.
I really thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
And so then after he got eliminated, I switched my bet to the guy who won the first game, the black dude with the dreads. I was like, I want him to win. I thought he's my new guy.
Yeah.
They then kind of introduced us to TJ, who I don't remember seeing before that.
Yeah, but I just remember TJ because he's like, he kept coming up with these motivational quotes.
Overly optimistic to the point of annoying.
Very overly optimistic.
To the point of annoying.
He was kind of very chatty, and people were like kind of over it.
If you were playing Battleship, would you want to be the captain or one of the...
I would want to be one of the players, because the captain, if you lose, your whole team lose, you lose. Yeah.
I will say, 432, even though it didn't work out for him, had the right idea. The small ship. Because if you watched every game that was played afterwards, the big ships were always the first one to go. Yeah. So his idea was right. Yeah. And if you even remember, he wanted to be in the back, and the captain moved him to the front. He was like, I don't want to be in front. That's why he lost. It was the captain's fault. Oh, yeah. 432, it's a travesty. So that game was interesting. And it was very different, because on Tug of War, half the players were eliminated. And this one, it wasn't half. It was just if your ship sank, and then the captain of the losing team.
Because they had 4 different teams split up for battleships. Yeah.
Well, 4 different rounds, so it was 8 different teams.
Yeah, 8 different teams.
But a lot more people survived this than Tug of War on the original series. Yep. And then what happened after that? It was another test, because it was always game test, game test. What was the next test?
This one... Was this the one where... Was this one where the apples, or no?
The apples?
The mom was cutting the apples? Or was that later?
I can't remember.
Or was it the one where the other girl got to pick who to eliminate?
Okay, hold on. So the games were Tug of War. I mean, no. It was Red Light, Green Light. Then the Sugar. Then Battleship. Yeah. What's the next game? Was the next game Marbles?
The next game was Marbles.
So
before that,
then it was they had to do the juice thing. Yeah. And if they won, they would get a reward. So the mom and all them were a part of it, and so they won. They got their treat. Mm-hmm. So here's my question, because I was like, these people are fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. When did the old man get eliminated?
He got eliminated because, what's her name? The girl, she picked 3 people to get eliminated.
But I think that was before the juice thing. Or it was after the juice thing, but before the picnic. So because
a lot happened, because she eliminated people, and then they went in line.
So they had to do this Jack-in-a-Box thing. So they did the juice thing, and they won a treat. And then they did the Jack-in-a-Box thing. So there was like 5.
Yeah.
And one person got safe, one person got an advantage in the next game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then one person got to eliminate 2 people, and then one person got to eliminate 3 people.
Yeah.
And so I forgot who else was eliminated, but this one dude won an advantage.
Yeah, one dude won an advantage,
and then she eliminated him
right away.
And the old man and the old man's friend.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
I don't know why she went after the old man and the old man's friend.
She could have eliminated one of them if she wanted to break up the alliance. Yeah. She went after both. I was livid.
Yeah, I was pretty mad. I was like, what did they do to you?
I was so mad.
Because they were so cute. Oh, before the old man and the old man's friend, they were playing a game together.
Yeah, so they had to slap it out. And that was the other thing where it was like, what is wrong? Well, first of all, that was the first time I got mad. So they told the old man he could play a game with someone and take someone. And he took his best friend. Yeah. And I was sitting there watching. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't take your best friend. Take someone you hate. Because in my head, one of you's going home.
Yeah.
So why would you take your best friend?
No, don't do that.
You take somebody else. Now, it turned out it was just for a chocolate bar. But it's still like, you don't know that. What are you...
After the old man won, he was just like, oh shit. They were like, you have lost the game. And then he was like, oh shit, we thought this was just a game.
I was so like, you're so stupid. But he wanted to talk about, but that was the thing, is like, the show starts playing, like the original show starts with playing that game.
Yeah.
How did you not know how to play the game?
Yeah, I don't understand. Because he was like, he didn't know the other guy didn't know how to play the game.
No, and it's like, but the show, the real show starts with that game.
I was like, if you watch the original show, it shows you.
I was so confused as to how he did not know.
Yeah. But...
So then a bunch of people went home. So then there was the picnic. And the picnic was where I got mad again. I was like, I would not... First of all, if they asked me, I'd be like that one dude. I'll be by myself. I don't need to have a picnic with somebody else. Or if I did have to have a picnic with somebody else, it'd be somebody I didn't like. I would not picnic with my friend. You know it's going to end bad.
They were not thinking at all.
Not at all. Because then it turned out that whoever you had the picnic with was who you were playing marbles with. The mother eliminated the son, which I was so happy because the son whined obsessively.
No, the son eliminated the mom.
Yes. Oh. Yes, but before that, there was another... See, we got a lot of things out of order.
You got ahead of yourself. Before the picnic...
Because there was also the vote.
There was the vote. And the mother, she was making apples.
Yes!
So this is the funniest part.
Okay.
I think the apples had nothing to do with it. I think they were just making a snack or something.
Yeah.
The mother was making apples, and then she was offering it around to people. And she offered it to Lorenzo. And Lorenzo was like, I don't want your apples, or something like that.
Rude as hell!
So
yes!
Rude.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that!
Yeah, so that was before the picnic.
That was also before the vote.
Was that before the vote?
Yeah, because that's why she voted Lorenzo. She voted Lorenzo.
Well, there are 2 votes, because that was the Jack in the Box, and then there was another one where they get in line.
And they get in line, and they vote. And their names pop up on the screen. Yeah. And she voted Lorenzo.
Yeah.
And Lorenzo was like...
So the first...
Was that when Lorenzo got eliminated?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first person, like after Lorenzo said, I don't want your apples, they were like, the next challenge was like, get in line, somebody, you have to vote. 3
people out. You vote for one person, top 3 people get out.
Top 3 people will get eliminated. And there was one random guy who was going around telling people, I don't want to be here. For some reason.
And then he says in the interview thing, well, that was my strategy. I thought they thought I didn't want to be here. And they voted. I was like, what? No! What's the stupidest strategy?
He was going around telling people he wants to go home.
I guess he thought they would think he wasn't a threat, but
that was really bad.
But so many people were like, I don't want to vote somebody out.
Yeah.
This dude doesn't want to be here. I can vote him out and not feel guilty.
So he was the first person to be voted in, and then everybody just kept voting for him.
It was him, the doctor, who was annoying. Dr. Ken.
Yeah, the doctor. I don't know who voted. Oh, the girl, because they had an alliance. They were like, I'm going to vote for him.
Yeah.
And so
I liked that alliance.
Yeah.
After 4-3-2, and the dude who won the first game, who got eliminated very quickly afterwards, I forgot how.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I want that team to win.
Yeah.
All right, so they were voting them off, right?
Yeah.
And so it was the random guy who, like you said, was so stupid. It was like, I don't want to be here.
So then he was the first person to be voted in.
Yeah.
To be eliminated.
Then Dr. Ken.
Yeah, then the doctor.
And then the mom put Lorenzo up.
Yes. And Lorenzo's like, what did I ever do to you? He didn't understand. It was because he was rude to her for not...
With the apples.
With the apples.
And then there were some other people put up, but those three were the first ones put up, and they were the ones eliminated.
Yeah.
Because most people, you saw who they voted for. Yeah. So most people didn't want to, like, I put so-and-so. No, nobody wanted to make new enemies.
Because whenever, like, the mom voted for Lorenzo went up to her. If I remember that part, he was like, is it 301 or was she 301 or 302?
I think he was 302, so I think he went up to her and was like, oh no, you're right, she was 302. He was the son was 301.
Yeah.
He was like, I couldn't remember if it's 302 or 302. And she
goes, it's the same thing.
It was such a stupid, like, he was just so melodramatic. But I do love that since then I've seen a couple of his TikToks. And it's just him constantly talking shit about the mother and son.
People are like asking, who's your least favorite player? And he just didn't say,
I don't have one. And he leads out the way. And the
mother's picture. I was like, really?
I was like, there's shade. And then there's when the son gets eliminated, he's just laughing hysterically.
I didn't see that one. Oh my gosh.
So the son beat the mother.
Yeah.
That's so disappointing. She was a better player.
She was. She was the better player.
And she was more tolerable.
Yeah. But I was sad when the son did get eliminated because he did not deserve that.
No. Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest travesty in this game after, of course, 4-3-2 losing, which is just like a global travesty. But in the marble game, because that's where we're at now, right? Now we're at the marble?
Now we're at the marble game. They had a picnic. They were eating good.
And you all, whoever you were, was
basket,
the
they
marbles.
Saw marbles. And they were all freaking out. They're like, oh my god, marbles.
A lot of the games were whatever.
Yeah.
But there was two people. I don't even know who they were. I don't remember seeing them before. Mm-hmm. But it was a white dude and a black lady.
Oh, yeah.
That, to me, was the single most fucked up thing on the entire show.
Yeah.
Like, obviously after 4-3-2. But, like, nothing made me madder than this moment.
Yeah. The one where they were playing... They couldn't figure out what game to play at first.
Well, she wanted to do a game of chance. And he was like, no, I'm only doing a game of skill.
She said anything but throwing.
Anything but throwing.
Yeah. She said anything but throwing.
He was like, I'm only doing throwing.
He's like, I'm only doing
throwing. She threw a hissy fit.
Yeah.
And was like, we're both going home unless we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this dude is the
I'm like,
biggest...
you could take any other game besides
throwing. Well, because she wanted to do the game, like the odds or even game. And he was like, no. He was like, I'm not... It's like, that's not chance. That's...
Yeah. He just wanted something that could advantage him.
Yes.
So...
He was a bitch.
He was horrible.
So then they play... She gives in and plays his game. Mm-hmm. And she scores first.
Yeah, she gets
and then he scores.
Yeah.
And then...
No one else scores after that.
Nobody else scores after that. It looked to me, and maybe you saw them different, like she had more pieces closer.
Yeah.
Which was the original game, was whoever gets closest.
But also she
got in first. And to her point, she scored first and he went first.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm not doing that. He got them both eliminated.
I thought that was
because
so unfair.
He was a bitch.
Yeah. I feel like that was so unfair, and I wish at that point in time that the guards would have come in and like did the judging for them, because clearly she won.
I think 200, up until that point, I thought 200 was done the most dirty. But there was nothing in this game more fucked up than that. Yeah. Even the umbrella game where, you know, 2 whole rows got eliminated. One of those other people could have taken the umbrella.
Yeah.
And they all would have been fine. Mm-hmm. This game right here, she had no choice.
Yeah.
Because he was a bitch. He basically said, I'm taking my toys and go home. If I can't win, you can't win. Who the fuck does that?
He's like, I'm not letting you win. I'm like, well, you're not letting her. She clearly won. She got the marble in first.
We joked about naming this podcast "Fuck Ashley" because we'll get to that in a game or two. But I think he was the most fucked up person in the entire game.
Yeah, he definitely was.
He took that money out of her hand because he was petty.
Yeah.
At least Ashley, for all her faults, was trying to win. Yeah. She was being strategic. She was fucked up, but she was trying to win. Mm-hmm. He took that money out of her hand because he lost.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm not doing that.
And he was like, if I'm going home, you're going home. I'm just like, he's a shitty human being.
He is. I just don't understand why he did that. I don't understand why the guards didn't step in.
Well, because the agreement was you guys decide how to win and who wins. Everybody else decided how to win and who won. He said no. I really don't like him.
I don't like him either.
So then what happens?
So the son beats the mother, and then that was sad too.
So then...
after the marbles, or?
Oh, so then... Okay. So then it became this thing where the girls are like, there's 22 guys and there's like 9 girls. So all the girls need an alliance. And I'm just like, you do realize you're now the biggest alliance. You in front of everybody, got all the women together and said, we're a team.
Because the next game they wanted to announce a captain or something.
So the next team they had to pick someone to be captain, and they picked TJ.
And then people were like, some people were not liking that, and then that's when one of the girls was like, "Let's start an alliance."
And it's just like, hold on,
in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. So you just announced that you were the largest alliance because no other alliance had 9 players, none. Yeah. So you became the largest alliance. Mm-hmm. But what also tripped me out was they're complaining. Why is he the captain? He doesn't just get to be the captain. It's like, he volunteered. He asked, is everybody okay with this? Mm-hmm. You didn't say anything.
Exactly.
You can't sit there quietly, not voice an opinion, and then get mad when your opinion's not You could have said, I'll be the captain. Yeah. You could have said, why don't we let her be the... You could have done anything.
Nobody said anything.
Instead, you sat there quietly and then complained about it.
Yeah.
That was annoying.
It was. And then they all, the girls made an alliance, and then...
Well, the girls made an alliance. It's funny. So TJ picked Mai as the next person, which she was as the person who saved, which she was just shocked because she was like, wasn't she just talking shit about him?
Yeah, because after they made their alliances, the next challenge was to pick the top 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when he was like, I want this person because she's strong. And then once he picked Mai realized, she felt bad because she was talking crap about him. And then she felt bad. She was like, he has my back.
Oh.
And then she did not choose a girl after
She picked the Viking.
Yeah.
Which I was like, yes. There were some girls who I was like, if they go with this all-girl alliance, they're fucked up people.
I was happy she picked her friend, but also I was like, don't tell the girls you're making an alliance with them and then go ahead and pick a guy.
But here's my thing.
Because now she's going to have a huge... Because there's a lot of girls.
No, but yes.
So that means she's going to have a huge target on her back.
But I was like, there are 3 girls who, if they go with this alliance, will be betraying people they like. It was her, and she did the right thing. And then it was the death girl who picked Phil.
Oh, yeah, the death
girl. Now,
girl.
she did tell Phil to pick a girl and was like,
I'm
sorry, I just have to
do this.
And then
he picked a girl.
And then there's another girl who I can't remember who also picked a guy.
Mm-hmm. I think it was Ash.
I think it was that. I think you're right.
Yeah.
And it's like those 3, but they had alliances already. And
Ashley picked a guy, and then the guy said, I'm going to keep going on with the trend, and he picked a girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, if they didn't do that, they would have been betraying their actual alliance for this alliance that just started 5 minutes ago. Like, let me throw my old alliance out and do this next alliance because we have the same chromosome. Like, it's stupid.
But all the girls did end up getting picked.
Yeah. Which then it was like, oh, you're not so loud now when you're almost half the people left. You went from like a third of the players left to half.
Yeah.
And then TJ picked her again. He gave her the last. So the next one was the bridge.
Yeah.
And TJ got stuck with one.
Yes, that was so messed up.
But he gave my 20.
So she ended up like that's an automatic win.
Automatic. So the last 3 people were automatic wins.
Yeah.
So right when they were going, this one dude was like, "Hey, why don't we just do one?" And then the next person does one. So everyone only has to have a 1 chance and not 17 chances.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking and going, oh, fuck that. But then I was like, no, wait, that's actually really fair.
But that's kind of smart. Because it gets you more people across the bridge. Yeah.
It does. And, it gives you more of a chance to winning. You have to do one 50-50 shot instead of a bunch. Mm-hmm. So TJ, right off the bat, loses.
Yeah, he loses right off the bat.
And then they start going, and the son, who I'm not really a fan of, he makes it. I'm like, good for him.
Yeah.
And then Ashley, which is why we're going to name the episode Fuck Ashley.
Fuck Ashley.
But our actual friend Ashley said we can't do that. She'd be very offended by that.
we like the real Ashley. We just don't like this Ashley.
She basically was just like, well, good luck, man. Keep going.
Yeah. And
I'm just like, oh, this bitch. And I didn't hate her yet. I was annoyed at her. I was like, that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. But she was like, I didn't agree to this. And I was like, you know what? She's right. She didn't agree to it, whatever. I was fine with her then.
Yeah.
He goes again. He makes it again. He goes again. He gets eliminated.
I know.
She goes once, makes it, then turns around and goes, you know what, guys? I'm in.
I my part. You guys go. And I was like,
the
really?
Second she did that, I was like, fuck that bitch. No. That's when I hated her. That was the most shady, underhanded shit ever after the guy who eliminated that woman just because he lost.
I hated it whenever she kept letting him jump, and he kept turning around looking at her.
I will say, though, to her point, she did not agree to it.
True, but...
So if she had then kept going until she eliminated, I would have been fine with her.
She didn't even jump once.
She did jump once.
Not until the son got eliminated.
Until the son got eliminated, yeah.
But it was her turn. So he didn't have to get eliminated. But if she had just taken her turn,
yes,
he would have been safe.
But here's the point that I'm making. Mm-hmm. The actual game is you go till you get eliminated.
Yeah.
They came up together with a different version of the game. Mm-hmm. Her point was, I never agreed to that version, which is fair. She never agreed to that version. The problem is, after he got eliminated and it benefited her, she was like, well, now I'm on board. That's what pissed me off. If she had the integrity to keep going, then I would have been like, you know what, that's fine. She didn't want to play it that way, that's fine. It's because when it didn't benefit her, she wasn't part of the team. When it did benefit her, now she's part of the team. Oh, I was pissed. Like from that point on, I was like, I don't give a fuck who wins anymore. I just want her to lose. Just let her lose. All I want is for her to lose. I was livid. I was screaming at my television.
That was horrible. That was the worst.
And I don't even like the son. That was the part that was crazy. I hate hypocrites.
I liked him at that moment because he kept jumping and trying, even though, the plan of the game was you only got 1 chance, 50-50. But he kept going and going until he lost. And I liked him at that point because he was like a team player. He was like, he showed leadership at that point.
Ashley's she's so unethical. And then it gets to the next game, which was the dice game. Now, Mai called her out in front of everybody. And what infuriates me, and I don't understand, is everybody then acted like Mai was a bad guy. I was like, how did none of them see what Mai was saying?
Yeah, Mai was like, because everyone was like, let's vote for ourselves in the dice game. But Mai was like, I don't think Ashley's a team player. And everyone else saw that she wasn't a team player.
But everybody else was like, what the fuck's Mai's talking about? Like, and then Ashley's like, well, Mai's not being a team player now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is going on? And even the Viking was like, oh, I don't know why Mai did that. And I'm just like, did nobody see what just happened?
They were were sleeping, they were blind.
The hypocrisy of it was just so, like, I almost stopped watching the show because it was just so infuriating.
Yeah, because they kept blaming Mai for changing up the dice.
But
game.
everybody held Mai to account for what she did.
Yeah.
Nobody held Ashley to account for what she did. And what Ashley did was worse.
Yeah.
What Mai did was a consequence of what Ashley did.
Mm-hmm.
I was so angry.
It was. And then...
But here's my question. Would you have done what Mai did? Because I agreed. All I wanted was for Ashley to be eliminated. I would not have done what Mai did.
I mean, I think I would have done what Mai did. But then, look, I don't know. It's hard because after that, I feel like that would put a target on your back. But I feel like everyone should have seen that Ashley was pretty fucked up.
Everybody should have. But the reason I say I wouldn't have done what Mai did, if it was another game,
mm-hmm.
and if it was just Mai, you pick who gets eliminated, of course eliminate Ashley. I don't mind other people knowing that I wanted her gone.
Yeah.
The problem is you had a 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah,
the odds of eliminating her, and you know what the game was. The odds of eliminating her in that game were too low.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go after my enemy,
mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that I can get them out. I don't want to take a risk.
But then what if you eliminate yourself and then you get eliminated? That sucks too.
Yeah.
So I would.
Which is what happened to the Viking.
Yeah. Viking. And
I really liked him. I really wanted him to go far.
Yeah.
I think he played the game the best out of everybody there. I think he was the smartest player.
Just stay low. Don't
fuck
talk
with people.
to anybody. Just ignore everybody.
So then we get to the game where so then after that we get to the game where was this the true the Guess Who game?
Yeah. Before then, after the Marvels game, Maya went to go talk to Ashley. I guess because she was like, maybe I have a target.
Not the Marvel game.
But it was
the dice game. After the dice game.
Yeah. She went to talk to Ashley, and I guess she was trying to be like nice.
Nice. Yeah.
And she was just upfront. She was kind of upfront. She told her, "I didn't think what you did in the bridge game was very team-like," and she was like, "I did jump." Yeah, so she like gaslit Mai.
Yeah, and then Mai just let her. I was so like, "What are you doing?"
That really pissed me off too because she didn't take accountability for what she did. She was just she's like, "I did jump. You saw me jump." And then it wasn't like she didn't jump until after.
And she only jumped once.
Yeah.
She made that dude jump 3 times.
So that part really pissed me off because she didn't.
And Mai just let it go.
And then she didn't take accountability.
I'm still mad.
It was so infuriating. That scene was so infuriating. I was like, you know what you did?
Not allowed to name the episode this, but fuck Ashley.
Yeah.
And fuck that guy. Whatever his name was. I don't even know his number.
That's
his
how
name.
irrelevant he is.
He was, but that woman should have had a chance to win the game.
Yeah. She should have.
I don't really remember her from earlier in the show either, so whatever. But the way she went out was even more fucked up than how 200 went out.
Yeah, it was really petty.
Because she won.
Mm-hmm.
She was the one who was robbed the most.
Yeah. And then the doctor. Well, not the doctor, the old man.
The old man, yeah. But at least he went out as part of the game. She's the only person in the show who went out as a way that wasn't part of the game.
Yeah.
The dude basically said, "I lost, so you lose."
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Oh.
So then we get the game where you put on the blindfold and then some musical chairs.
Yeah, Guess Who?
Guess Who? Not musical chairs. Musical chairs.
Yeah.
Duck Goose.
They have their blindfolds on, and then one of the guards taps them, and then they take their blindfold off, and they have to put a present on someone random. And then once they take their blindfold off, they have to guess who put the present on their desk, or else they get eliminated.
Yeah, I said
Duck
musical chairs. It's Duck Goose. It is Duck Goose.
Duck Goose. Yeah, you're it. Yeah.
So I was like, Mai cannot put it on Ashley's. That's too obvious. Yeah. And
so
Mai was first.
So both Mai and Ashley knew they weren't going to put it on each other's
because it would be too obvious.
They knew it was going to be too obvious.
Ashley gets eliminated.
Oh.
The package eventually ends up on Mai's desk, and she guesses it.
Yes.
Correctly. I was shocked.
I was shocked too. I was like, dang.
But I was even more shocked by the fact that it lands on Phil's desk twice.
Phil guessed
and
twice.
He guessed both times.
even more surprised because he got it right twice. Still really surprised.
Well, this is when I'm just like, God, not only do I not like Ashley, but she's stupid. Mm-hmm. So it goes on Phil's desk, and he goes around and he talks to everybody. And he narrows it down to, I forget who it was, but it was the girl who actually put it on his desk, and Ashley. And he basically works it out and talks. It was one of you two. Yeah. I'm going to go with you. And so then she gets eliminated. And then it's Ashley's turn, and she puts it on his desk. And then he goes, oh, it was Ashley. Yeah. And she gets eliminated. It's like, he guessed you last time. Yeah. Why would you put it back on his desk again? Like, was she thinking, oh, he guessed me last time. He won't guess me again? Like,
I guess she was thinking that.
But he literally told you, you're his next guess.
I was amazed that he got that twice. He got it right twice.
I was just amazed at Ashley's stupidity. Yeah. Because he basically said, it can't be anybody but the two of you. And then she's eliminated. So it's like, of course he's going to guess you. Yeah.
But I was so happy when she was finally eliminated.
Oh, I was too. I jumped out of my chair.
Oh my gosh.
Goliath woke up because it was the middle of the night. And I was like, yes! She's gone!
That was the happiest moment. I was like, finally, get rid of her.
I hated her. So then we're down to 3. And then Mai lied about who she put the packets on the desk.
Yeah, I was like, did she not remember or did she just lie?
No, she lied. Because that was their friend.
Oh, yeah. Because I remember she was like, I put it on the girl. And I was like,
yeah.
No, you didn't.
I was thinking, though, like, that was a risk. Sam never went, but Phil did. What if Phil put it on hers? Like, that was a risk. That could have blown up in her face.
Yeah.
But, so then we get to the dinner.
Yeah.
And that was what we were talking about earlier with the buttons.
Yeah, the buttons.
Would you have gone first? I would have gone first.
I think going first is an advantage because you have a 1 in 3 chance. And because then if you go second, then you have a 50-50 chance.
Let me reframe. I would have, depending on who I was. If I was Mai, I would have gone first.
Yeah.
If I was Phil or Sam, I would have gone second.
Yeah, because they had their own alliance. Yeah.
Phil played it smart, not going at all.
Oh, yeah.
But if Mai didn't go first, she would have been eliminated.
Yeah.
Neither one of them was going to pick her.
Yeah, because if either Phil or Sam, they picked the green one,
they would have picked the other person.
Picked someone to go with them.
But Mai got gray, which did nothing. And then
it just made it was just like she's safe, but she can't take her.
But she's not really safe. Just really nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens. She's not eliminated. Nothing happens.
I think Sam wanted Phil to go, but Phil was too scared.
Yeah, they were both scared, so one of them just said, fuck it, I'll go. And that was Sam, and then he regretted it instantaneously.
Oh, his exit. He just was like, not looking at them, he was pissed.
And I could tell how sad Phil felt about that, because he was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And Sam didn't even say anything, he didn't even look at him, he just walked up. But Phil probably felt horrible that, his friend just got eliminated.
But Sam kept going, because Sam goes, do you want to go or do you want me to go? I don't really want to go. All right, fine, I'll go. And then Phil goes, are you sure? Yeah. And it's like, you don't say, are you sure, unless you're now volunteering. Sam goes, no, I'm not. And then Phil goes,
He just laughed it off. He was like, but in his defense, what would you have done?
I wouldn't have asked, are you sure?
What would you have said? I
would have just said, thank you. I appreciate you, man.
But if you were the second or third person to go, well, what would you have done?
I'd have been like, real talk, if I was Sam, I would have sat there and been like, after she goes, so you're going, right? And then you'd be like, I don't really want to. Cool, so you're going, right? I can sit here all night. So you're going, right?
I wonder how much time they would have given them before they... Well, I guess they wouldn't have eliminated both of them. They probably... Because it's the top 3.
Top 3, yeah.
Yeah, because if they eliminated both of them, then Mai automatically wins. And then they wouldn't have a finale. But yeah. I wonder how long they would have just sat there.
Well, here's what I would have done. I'm like, you're going, right? And he goes, no. And then I'll go, you're really going to make me go? And then he goes, yeah. And I go, now I have a 50-50 chance of taking Mai or being eliminated. Because if you make me go, I'm not picking you.
So you're going to threaten them.
Of course! And then they get green. I'm like, fuck! I misplayed!
And then if it was green, then you would have picked your best friend.
I wanted, to be fair, at this point though, I didn't have anything against Sam.
Yeah.
But I didn't want Sam. I wanted Phil or Mai.
Yeah.
Now, were those the two you wanted in the final, or?
Yeah, I wanted Phil or Mai.
So going into the final, who did you want?
That was tough because Phil really grew on me.
He did.
I kind of wanted Phil.
But Mai's the only one with integrity.
Yeah. Mai, I loved her integrity, but Phil really, really, really grew on me. So it was a really, really tough decision.
Oh, back to the marbles.
Yeah.
Who else pissed me off in that game was the Death Girl.
Oh, yes! The Deaf Girl.
So she played against an old man who was also deaf, who had like hearing aids and all that.
Yes.
And he goes, she was like, she made this big speech about how she was like, I just want to teach people sign language and make people more inclusive. And he's like, I'm deaf too. Oh yeah, I noticed that the other day with the hearing aids. He's like, you didn't teach me sign. Well, that's not on me. And it's like, you just said you want to teach people sign language.
And she's like, you should have came up to me.
Yeah, but you just said you wanted to teach people sign language. You see somebody else there who suffers from the same thing you do, and then I was with him. I was like, she's fucked up.
Yeah.
I wanted him to win. Unfortunately, he lost.
You whole speech about you want to teach people, and then you see someone else with, a hearing deficit, and you don't make the opportunity to be like, hey.
It was, and then he even called her out, and he was like, "You're trying to manipulate me." And she's like, "I'm not. No, you are. You're trying to." And she's like, "Oh no, don't go down this road." She tried to make him out like he was some villain.
She was like, "You're icky." Like,
yes, I liked her up until that point, and then I was so glad when she lost.
I was like, "Oh my god!"
Because at that point, I hated her.
Yeah,
that was fucked up.
It was messed up.
But Phil. So Phil and Mai. You wanted Phil, I wanted Mai.
It was very close between them. It was really, really close because I was like, Phil grew on me. He didn't, I didn't notice him from the beginning, but at the end, he was just so...
In the beginning, they would cut to him every once in a while as kind of the losers off to the side.
Yeah.
Like, they literally would. Like, oh, there's the alliances, and then there's those guys.
I don't know. I liked his hair.
Yeah, I did like when he told that one girl.
Yeah.
You're just mad because you don't have the prettiest hair. I
liked how he announced that the blindfold game, like how dramatic he was, like when he would be like, "I think it is you."
I really liked it. I really did like it. I wouldn't have been upset if he won.
Yeah.
I wanted Mai because I hated Ashley.
Yeah, I liked her because she stood up for what is right.
Yeah.
She called Ashley out.
But Phil, I wouldn't have been upset.
Yeah.
I think Phil had the best personality after 4-3-2.
They were the best.
After 4-3-2.
I guess. I mean, 4-3-2 should have went farther. I do agree. I do agree he should have went further.
So I was like, it's going to be interesting seeing this old lady and this nerdy guy play Squid Game.
I know.
But they didn't play Squid Game!
I know, I'm so pissed.
They played... Now, at this point, like I said, I was leaning towards Mai, but I wouldn't have been upset with either one. Mm-hmm. But then they're playing rock, paper, scissors, and Phil said something that I was like, oh, he needs to lose. He said, oh, this is a game of chance. Rock, paper, scissors is not a game of chance.
It is a game of chance.
It's not a game of chance.
You don't know what the other person's going to pick.
That's why Mai won almost every hand, because her response was, oh, it's a game of strategy. He went, it's a game of chance. And then she would sit there, and she played Phil, whereas Phil would just throw out random things.
What strategy did she use?
So, right off the bat, she goes...
she started talking about Phil as a guy.
And she got it right.
Which I thought it was kind of sexist, because Phil...
No, because she's right, because my first thought was, I'm going to do rock too. Like, she was right.
But Phil didn't seem like a manly guy.
But she was still right.
She was right.
Yeah, you're sexist.
I don't know, yeah, I guess I he didn't seem like a manly guy.
But she was right, because my first thought was, oh, I'll do rock. I'll start with rock.
Yeah,
and that's what he started with, and that's why she beat him. But I was just like, she's playing strategy. He's just throwing shit out there.
How do you beat someone with strategy?
Rock, paper, scissors isn't that complicated a game. It's like poker. Me and my cousin, my family, every holiday plays poker. Half the time, me and my cousin stop looking at the cards halfway through the night, and we still win because you're not playing the cards.
You're just looking at what they're picking every time. And then
no, well, for rock, paper, scissors, yeah. But what you're really doing is you're looking in their face. Yeah. It's in the eyes. You beat people by looking in their eyes. So if we did rock, paper, scissors, and I did rock and you did paper, I'll look at you and be like, okay. Now, it's easier if you know a person. If you're playing a stranger, it's harder. It is more chance. But if you know a person and they've been together for all this time filming, what is he likely to do? Is he going to repeat or is he going to go after me? Or, you know what I mean? So then she was playing that. And the longer you play, the more you figure out their patterns. Okay. And that's all she was doing was playing his patterns. She was playing his personality. And that's why she kept winning. And sometimes she was wrong. But that's why she was winning. Because, I mean, she won almost every hand. Because she was playing strategy and he was playing chance. They got me, though, because when he got that one key and then he was doing this long walk over there talking about winning and all that, I was pissed. I was like, Mai has won like 80% of these games. If he wins, that's bullshit.
Yeah, they did that. I remember that scene where he makes that long walk and it kind of looks like he's going to win. Yeah,
I was so livid. And then she won the next round, and I was like, oh, thank God. What I was really hoping for, because the first key she turned, it didn't look like she really tried. I was like, I hope they go through every key in the box, and none of them are it. It was the first key, and she didn't turn it all the way.
Oh, my God.
But she won.
Yeah.
And then I like as soon, and this is how you know 432 was the best, because as soon as she wins,
oh my God,
the first person they cut to 432.
They cut back to him doing push-ups.
It doesn't matter. He was the first one they cut back to.
Why? Why are they filming him doing push-ups? Why?
They come back to a bunch of people, but he was first.
Yeah, doing push-ups.
He was best.
And then they cut back to the mom and the son playing ping pong or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
they come back to a bunch of people.
Yeah, to see their everyday lives, I guess.
And then Mai putting in the card and putting in her pin. I was like, why are you showing us her pin? But apparently she hasn't even gotten paid yet.
Yeah, apparently she hasn't. But they show that she's...
Netflix put out a statement and said, no, she knew she wasn't getting paid until the final aired. So apparently she should be getting paid now.
Oh, wait. Because she looked like,
living nice, yeah. So that was her life before she won? She didn't need a win.
Yeah, because before the finale came out, it was her and Phil. They were kind of hanging out at some premiere or something. They were dressed really nice. And a lot of people,
I didn't see that.
A lot of people are like, oh my God, they look like money.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to premieres, most of the time you're not wearing your own clothes. Yeah. They provide clothes for you.
But like Phil got like a haircut, not really short, but like, a fancy
Phil haircut. Cut his hair?
Yeah.
Oh, that's devastating.
But it wasn't short. It was still long, but it looked like rich people haircut.
Still devastating.
I don't know.
His hair is all
his hair was so nice. I liked it before he cut it. But, I mean, it still looked nice. It just looked like he was more rich.
Yeah.
And so that's why people were like, ooh, maybe Phil won because he has a rich person haircut.
It's a rich person haircut! Oh,
I don't know. It was like wavy. But it was still long. It was just like shoulder length, but it was wavy.
Wavy?
Yeah.
So are you going to audition for season 2?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I haven't made the video yet, but I'm going to.
I need to make a video too. We just need to figure out what we need to say and like what are we gonna do?
Money. I'm just gonna go in and be like, I'm here to avenge 432.
Apparently, I think some of the old cast members may apply again. I don't know if they can.
Well, if 432 walks in, I'll just leave. I'll be like, he deserves the money.
Oh my gosh. Would you really?
No, of course not. I was just like, you stupid.
Oh my God. I think that'll be so bad. What?
Are you out of your damn mind?
Oh my God.
I'm not giving him $4.5 million.
I was like, yeah, buddy, this is yours. I don't know you, but your death was a travesty.
I think all of us should leave so 432 wins. They're like, what? It's the only right thing to do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I gotta figure out what to say. Like,
yeah, I gotta figure it out too.
What do you want to use the money for?
Comic books. Oh man.
Yeah.
But it was great. I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah, I liked it too. I can't wait for a season 2 of the real Squid Games to come out.
The real Squid Game? Oh, the actual show.
The actual show.
What are they gonna do on the actual show?
Remember how the first one ended?
I remember. I just rewatched it. Yes, I remember how it ended. But like,
the games are still going.
So, but here's my question: They when the VIPs come, they talk about the South Korean games are the best. So Are we going to go to games in another country and see another country play? Are we just going to do the next South Korean games? Is the hero from the first show going to be the cop dude from the first show, kind of taking that role? Mm-hmm. What new games are they playing? Because clearly they change games every...
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But I know the main character, I think his goal is probably to go and try to bring it down.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be like the cop from the first game.
Yeah, so maybe he'll be a cop or something.
Or he's not going to be a cop. I think he's just going to go and try to tear it down.
Yeah.
He's going to take the role that the cop played in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it.
Me too.
It's such a good show.
Yes. Can't wait.
But you should definitely check out the challenge, even though we spoiled everything.
Yeah. Let us know who you hated. If you know, Ashley.
And that guy. The guy whose name I don't know.
The guy we don't know. Let us know who the guy's name is.
And write in the comments below how much of a travesty it was about 432.
Yeah. I mean, 432, he could have gone further.
He should have won.
And tell us how much you loved Phil's hair and his haircut.
I have not seen the haircut. I gotta see this. But I'm Jonathan.
I'm Zelda.
Give us legends.
Bye.